In this video, we're going to be covering some of the most frequently asked questions that the customer experience team receives, specifically on the MFT. Now, the MFT is the multifunction table, and it will come in two different configurations. You can either choose to purchase just the standard MFT as just the table itself, or you can purchase it as the MFT3, which includes all of the additional accessories needed in order to make it the crosscut station. The first frequently asked question relates to what is the size and what is the weight of the MFT. The size comes in at approximately 45 inches wide by 30 inches deep and roughly 35 inches tall. The overall weight is 61.73 pounds. The next frequently asked question deals with what is included when you buy the package set being the MFT3, starting with the swivel unit, support unit, miter gauge, adjustable stop, the FS 1080 guide rail, the deflector, and the additional clamp. Another common question is, if I already have an MFT, can I purchase the accessories to make it the full system? And the answer to that is yes. Undoubtedly, the most frequent question that is asked of the customer experience team always deals with the setup and the calibration and the cuts not being square or something coming out of alignment or not calibrated. Now, there is already a wonderful resource for setting this up step by step, so I'm not going to go through that in this video. Sedge did a Festool Live where he goes into detail on how to set this up piece by piece. What is more important and I want to cover in this video is to make it clear that the MFT is a portable workstation, meaning that I have the ability to take all of these pieces off at any time, move the table where I need to move it to, and I can set up a crosscut station there. With anything that is removable and has to be reinstalled, things are going to come out of alignment. So it shouldn't just be assumed that every time I set this up, it's going to be making perfect 90 cuts. The way to calibrate that to ensure that you are making perfect 90 cuts is really quite simple, and I'm going to show you by bringing you in and showing you one quick method to ensure that your fence is perfectly square to your guide rail. Now, what we're trying to ensure is that the fence is now a perfect 90 to the guide rail. And this is going to be a very simple fix, but in order for us to get perfectly 90 cuts, this has to be 90 to this. While you could make adjustments to the rail, it's much simpler to make adjustments to the fence. And it's a very quick check by simply grabbing a square, butting it up against your track, and sliding it to the fence. And what we're looking for is perfect contact along that fence with your square. And as you can see here, we are clearly not square. So we need to correct that, and it's quite simple to do. First thing I'm going to do is loosen this knob here. Then I'm going to loosen our additional clamp for the fence. Next, there's two screws behind the locking pin. So we want to go ahead and loosen those. And now this whole thing should be able to move freely to make fine adjustments while still maintaining the perfect 0 on the scale. So from here, I can take my square, I can bring it right onto the fence and make minor adjustments until I now have no gap between the square and the fence. Once I know I'm locked in, I can tighten down this knob here. Next, I'll go ahead and tighten down my additional clamp, and then go ahead and tighten down the two screws that I loosened behind the locking pin. And then check one more time to make sure that it remains square and did not move. And now we have a fence that is perfectly 90 to the guide rail. So as you can see, the process is really straightforward, and you can get perfect 90-degree cuts without fussing with all of the additional anchor points and simply just rotating the compass miter gauge head. Hopefully you found this video helpful. If you want to find out more information, be sure to visit festoolusa.com, and I'll see you in the next video.